Greetings, peace, salams, Daman, Stith with Austin Warrior Arts, Seth the Cook. And I got with me my good friend, training partner, Treat, the immortal Treat. And we are going to discuss some of the attributes of the Khopesh. Now, the Khopesh is an iconic Egyptian weapon. Its odd shape has left a lot in the imagination of how this weapon should be used on the battlefield. And originally, I was of the opinion that its shape lent itself more to hooking action, like being able to hook away a person's sword or hook away your opponent's shield and then kind of go in for the kill. I still think that this shape allows for that action, but I believe that at its very base form, using the Khopesh like a slashing axe or any short slashing blade will probably be the simplest thing. But I wanted to kind of explore the usage of the hooks, both this lower hook here near the strong and this hook towards the foreable of the blade. There's a foreable for Khopesh. And this idea was we've been kind of playing around with it, and big shout out to Jay Mas. He's with the Broadsword organization, I believe in Ontario, Canada. He and a couple of his guys have been playing around with using the hook, and I wanted to take this a little further and play around with it with the shield. I think it works well, but there are some considerations that we have to think about when we're using it. All right, so first off, we'll start here just with seeing how this hook here, this bearded portion of the Khopesh, works against the shield. These are not Egyptian shields. This is all we had right now, so just bear with us. So what I'm going to do, this is a drill we did today in class, is we worked on striking, but then striking pass here, and then pulling, thrusting, cutting, okay? We worked primarily here, thrusting, cutting. Again, pushing past, thrusting, cutting. Again, I'm overshoot, overreach, I pull down, I thrust, and I cut from there. So from there, we just, one more time, so this is a good drill you can practice where you're at home, is back up, overshooting, pulling open, and cut. From the different angles of attack. Now, of course, my partner isn't offering me any resistance right now, but this is just for me to get used to. If by incident we're fighting here and we're boom, boom, and I overshoot, I can pull and do my cut from there. Part of the reason why I think that it's done incidentally is that if you trade out the spear and go with the spear Khopesh, is once I get into that range where I can do this, get to this position, he can also do other things himself. So maybe as not as a as your first go-to, but something that you definitely would have to set up. If we're in here, I throw a few overreach. There it is there. Okay, so I definitely had to set that movement up before I could use it straight ahead. Anyhow, so then going on with our progression, my partner is going to give me just a thrust with the spear, and I'm going to work on using the hooks just to kind of build that motion in. Grab, stab, hit. Again, a partner thrust. I'm working on using, that was the forward hook, the front portion hook, then the back portion. Once again. Okay. So, with that being said, I do think that those techniques are very strong with this weapon. I do believe they have to be set up and they have to be done in the right context. The Khopesh, the way it's shaped, I think that if you use parrying actions with the blade, they're going to have to be in specific spots on the Khopesh, the spine, and near the strong or the fort. Of course, there's no hand guard, so catching stuff along here is dangerous. But if it's just like in that situation where we're trying to get past the shield, trying to get past, and I get in, there's my opening there, and I can thrust in for that. So I think that in those circumstances, set up using this bottom portion here works really well. And I found that like for ranged weapons, when you have the spear, using that top hook to kind of get it out of the way works good as well. All in all, I still feel like your bread and butter is going to be simple, direct slashing cuts from behind your shield, using your shield to kind of ward and create these openings for you. Even now, hard to get that in. But you see that leg exposed, I can get that easier. So yeah, anyways, that's kind of what we were exploring. Big shout out, like I said, to James Moss with the Ontario, excuse me brother, I'll forget the name of your broadsword group, and Nick Wixom with Phoenix, I believe, Phoenix Sword Fighting. You're gonna kill me, Nick, but they've also been playing around with the Khopesh, and this is just kind of us taking that and just kind of moving a little bit more, a little further, using shields and seeing how that works. So if you like what we do, please like, subscribe, check us out on Patreon, check us out on GoFundMe, buy a sword. Yeah, we'd be happy to help you out. Thank you. Bye.